Welcome to Corporate Communications 101. I am your instructor, Professor John Reid. I've been a teacher for over 6 years and have 20 years of experience working in the corporate environment as communications director for a nonprofit sector organization. I have learned and developed many effective communication strategies that will help prepare students for navigating in the chosen career path. So, what will this video be all about? Well, today's video will be to present classroom strategies for effective communication throughout the semester when teaching adult learners. I would also discuss the challenges that may occur with communication and what can be done to overcome any obstacles. In addition, this video will provide guidance into de-escalating conflicts that can happen in the classroom. And finally, I will discuss the overall benefits of effective communication and techniques within the classroom. So let's start with communication techniques for adult learners. Teaching androgyny is different than with younger students because many learners over the classroom have many different years of experiences, and with it, their own ways of communicating. One strategy that I have found effective is to use an icebreaker to help build community. For instance, I will break up the class into smaller groups and create what's known as a syllabus scavenger hunt. This will be in which I will create 10 questions, and they'll have to find them in the syllabus as groups. Give them team names to help them build a sense of continuity. Another strategy that I will use is you call a learning inventory for each student. I'll provide this for them and ask them about positive outcomes that have happened from previous classes. What this will do is help me to determine the best way to group students and also how to reach them, whether they learn audio, visual, or kinesthetically. And what this will also do before lecture time, I can also create a poll that will allow students to answer questions using job form on their smartphones, because now that we're using more smartphone technology, this will allow for communication back and forth. So I send a poll question out. They can download the app if they wish to do so, or they can answer it out loud during our lecture time. This will help also create engagement and a positive experience. So what happens, what kind of challenges in the classroom? For instance, because they're adult learners, a lot of adult learners have different responsibilities. For instance, they have families, many of them have jobs and other things they have to take care of. And they may not be able to attend class whether in person or online. One of the ways I will overcome that challenge is by creating a Slack channel which will help students be able to communicate with both myself and with their teammates and colleagues on different topics throughout the week. I will put announcements on there as well, and the assignments. This way, if they do have questions, they can answer them. Also, what I would do is host what's called an office hours, which is 2 days throughout the week. I'll have a 30 minutes open session on Zoom where students can come in and ask any questions if they aren't able to meet with me in person or attend the class. This way, we'll be able to communicate with them and help them to stay connected and answer any questions they may have. Of course, I will also provide my phone number and email address to make sure that they have all the information that they need in order to communicate. And another challenge that we have to concern ourselves with communication is with international students. Many of them have traditional norms which they may not feel comfortable with communicating in a large classroom, whether it's online or in person. So what I try to do is create culturally sensitive curriculum that will enable them to feel more comfortable and connected by listening, maybe it's readings or articles, things that will connect to them, that they can feel more empowered. And for quieter students, they can be able to become note takers and provide information in the classroom as well. So this will help them become part of the lecture. What happens though if there is a conflict? In the event of the disagreement between students, what I do is I like to create what's called the argue to learn strategies. Now, argue to learn strategies is where if a student have a disagreement on a certain point, then I will challenge them to research and validate their point with evidence and research. Now, would this mean they come to a consensus? No, but what it would do is by engaging in the strategy, it will help more reserved students find it easier to express their opinions because then they'll have substantial facts instead of focusing on opinions. And in the event there is a disagreement between myself as an instructor and the student, maybe over a grade, what I learned is I told my instructors not to take it personal. What you can do is, number one, 3 strategies in order to deal with conflict: to articulate your point clearly, empathize, and also be willing to be transparent. So this will mean have an honest conversation. By having a transparent conversation, you'll be able to get the answers that you need in order to reach the result of helping the student say if it's over in a low grade or something in the assignment they may not understand. The point is be able to work together in order to have a resolution. So what does effective communication do for the classroom? Well, in Sandra Mitchell-Holder's article, the Iraqi suggests that social support is desirable as a way of fostering knowledge work and collaborative learning. It provides an environment where communication is encouraged. With anecdotes and personal experiences, they encourage trust. As a result, it fosters receptive and create a positive learning environment for both the students and for the instructor. This has been our video on how to use higher education strategy and communication strategies for adult learners. I'm Professor John Reid, and I'll see you next time.